Now that we have unlocked the village, it's time to talk about blacksmithing. Next area seems to expect us to have honed in on the build that we are using. So me sticking with mostly wood virtue is going to be advantageous at this point. You guys are going to see in a second just how this works. We're starting obviously at the flag here, and we're going to head on down the route or branch to the blacksmith. I can't remember the lady's name, but we're going to go ahead and speak to her now. We're just going to have a look at how this works and why I've been banging on about 4-star items for so long. So what I recommend doing right now is making sure, before you do the next bit, you have gone into your inventory, you have sorted by rarity, and you have all of your 4-star stuff locked. After that, make sure you go into your gear and you have equipped whatever it is that you want to be using for kind of the short-term foreseeable future equipped on your character. Realistically here, we are looking for things that are of high tier and that have something that we want on them. You guys are going to see in a second how this looks. Now, I'm not going to do any work on this yellow turban soldier braces. I'm probably not going to want to keep heaviness accumulation for now. We will probably keep these overall, but that is obviously going to go better with a stone build. Damage taken in desperate condition is probably pretty all round. I can go ahead and customize this, and it'll last until we get something that I'm kind of more interested in. I'm going to switch this general's head banner to the witch mask that I got. Just makes wizardry slightly cheaper. This ammo held +1 is also probably not bad. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use this witch's mask to show you guys what we can do and how we can really start making ourselves a little bit insane. First things first, we want to go in and we want to salvage everything now that isn't nailed down. Basically is what we're going to do. So we're going to come over to the weapons here. I'm going to press my left stick for check all, and then I'm going to confirm. Okay, you're going to see we get a load of stuff in here. We've got some materials. And we got these special jewelry essences. I'll talk to you guys about those in a minute. I'm gonna obviously do the same for my armor. Got some more, that's real nice. And I'm gonna do the same for these. Probably shouldn't do the same for these. I don't think we can customize the accessories just as much as we can everything else. But either way, that's gonna give us a ton of materials now. As long as you're doing missions and picking stuff up, this really should not be an issue for anybody else. And now we can go into embedment and show you guys how the upgrading works in this. And I have to say, this is probably one of the best parts of this game. So we're going to select our witch's mask here. And basically, we are now able to effectively edit these stats here. Let's talk about a few things. Obviously, there are 5 things on here in total. We have the innate ability. This cannot be edited. Okay. On a set piece. Do I have a set piece? Don't have a set piece. On a set piece, such as like a general or man thing, the set piece bonus is considered the innate ability. This cannot be changed. The rest of it now, we can withdraw these off. So let's say I don't want this flame resistance, take that off. Cool. And now we can put whatever we want there. So when we saw those jewels coming off earlier, I'm just going to show this just so you guys can see the importance of those jewels. They have like a wispy symbol. Right now I don't have one for clothing. But now basically we can put whatever we want on here. So this is a lightning style build, right? So we can go, bam, we're going to have lightning attack power, obviously. We're going to get rid of this divine beast cage. I don't care about that right now. And I'm going to get rid of this chill because that's just absolutely useless to me as well. Okay, and you may, like, depending on you can keep HP, or maybe if you want to be more aggressive, you can take that off, put something else on. But we've got all sorts of stuff in here. Now, obviously, I put a dot on there, so we can still put anything we'd like onto this item. But the triangles, so like this stuff here, is going to be only one of this symbol. So, for example, if I put on, let's say, because we're doing lightning damage, if I put on lightning damage, I go to here now, and I go back down to where they were, they are now all grayed out. And as you can see, it sorts them for us. So all of this stuff now is down at the bottom, and everything that we can have is at the top. So like maybe you could go with, you want to increase shock accumulation on enemies, or whatever you want, really. I'm probably going to go with just all damage instead of lightning damage, because like most of the time we're doing physical damage, but sometimes we're doing lightning damage too. So I quite like having that on. That's it. We're going to go with 2.5% damage dealt. Real nice. Just kind of all round. A little bit of extra chip damage on there. And then you can go with something interesting, maybe. I don't know what you might pick. I'm going to have a look through here. And I think because wood build is a buffing build, I'm going to go with extra positive effect duration. Okay. And then now we have basically a selection of stats on here. And we can do this across all of our gear, which is just awesome. Obviously, I don't really have enough of it right now because we're still quite early in the game for this specific character. As you can see, you can really start building up something that's just going to be like mega. And then I would probably lock that back in. The basics of blacksmithing. The only thing I really wanted to show, obviously back at the blacksmith, is these swirly ones. This is what I was talking about before, right? So here we can see we have HP recovery upon fatal strike. These are like more powerful, very specific parts that we get as we break more and more weapons down. So if you see that symbol on any weapon, that means you definitely want to make sure you break it down, because this is like a one-use gem. So if I go back into the list here, even on the same weapon, you can see now that it has like a ×0, because the gems that we use for these, or the jewels, or whatever we're supposed to be calling them, have been used up, which means that we just want to make sure we're looking after them. So if you decide you don't want to use this white cudgel anymore, just come on in, remove that ability, and then that's going to be stored for you. Or just in general, make sure that you are, generally speaking, breaking down weapons before you move on. I'm obviously going to edit some of my gear. I'm probably not going to work too hard on it, because there's not too much here that I want to really keep, especially as I don't have a high-level weapon that I enjoy using. Cudgel's a bit weird. But the game is definitely expecting us now to be having some respectable stats, so bear that in mind as we move forward.